Okay guys, so just introduce yourselves and tell us why we're talking to you today.
Well, g'day, my name is Wayne Pretty.
And I'm Nick Fellows, and we built a huge vert ramp in my backyard.
Big one? We did.
Big one?
Massive vert ramp.
Big one.
Scares the shit out of me. You know, Nick was like, I'd love a vert ramp in my backyard, and I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. I'd love to have one in your backyard too. And then one day I just get a phone call from Jason Parks. Said to me, okay, we've got this ramp from 2012 that he built that's been sitting in storage for quite a lot of years. He said he had to get rid of it really quickly. Nick the hero just picked up the ball and ran with it, and next thing I know, there's containers organised.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't look rotten at all, does it? That looks. Look at that! Ramp looked like it was falling to pieces, and I was like, oh no.
All you could smell was just damp wood, like it was like rotting and all sorts.
What's this bit? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever that is like part of a pallet. We went to move one of the pieces, and it completely just fell apart like wet cardboard in our hands. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's keep pulling things out and see if the rest of it's like this. Like, we've got it here now. What else can we do?
That's a bit more promising.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Seems to be alright. Yeah, there's only a few bad parts in it, to be honest.
Jace was right, it is in good condition still.
Yeah.
There was a few quarters that had rotten like segments on them. The only thing that was really rotten was the roll-in.
It's ready to go, man. Let's just put it together now. Let's do it. We're pretty excited. All right, let's get it out and start skating.
It's like Christmas.
I'm gonna drop in now. It was looking doable at this stage. We still had no idea of where all the bits would go.
The process of the foundations was Scotty's idea actually.
The first thing for any build is good foundations. We came up with the idea of making like a little 6x2 box that we could pull apart, move around to sort of form our concrete. All the ground was leveled out really well, so we set the laser level up, put the box together and started throwing concrete in it.
After we got the footings in, the bearers down, and started to lay out one quarter, then a flat, and then another quarter, it was awesome. We got like this wicked vibe, like it's all gonna go together like Lego.
Figuring out where the bits of the ramp had to go, it happened really quickly at the start. I think everyone got really excited, and we worked quite late into the night trying to get the first part of it up.
The day the vert started going up was a great day. Few beers, great music, catching up with lots of mates. I was up at a 30th in Rangiora.
So when we stuck up the vert sections, I don't even know if Wayne turned up.
Yeah, I was there that day. I drank a few beers and watched some people do some stuff.
Really good turnout. We must have had probably 20 people there turn out and help us put up the sections.
I've heard references to Lego, and that to me, from having a building background, kind of fits it to a T, is that you just get this plan and they're all allocated, and so you just put them up where they need to go. The only difference with that and what we had is that there was no plan.
On the bank side, we left a segment out because I thought if we're going to have a roll-in, we're going to put it on the bank side.
Want some comments? Should we put a roll in?
Yeah, we want to know, guys, should they or should they not put a roll in?
No, the rolling can seriously go get fucked.
We're going to leave a gap for now, and you needed to let us know if we're having a roll in or not.
Wayne was the only one that really didn't want to see a roll-in in there.
So when we pulled it out of the container and all those broken bits came out, it just happened to be the roll-in that was broken, so we couldn't put it in. Sorry, guys.
Fucking Wayne. Little bitch.
So just tell us a little bit about that experience. What happened? Tell us what happened and how it went.
Go, Wayne.
Okay, so ODT, the newspaper, Otago newspaper, lady just rang me up out of the blue today, asking to do a little story on the ramp. And so I rang Nick and said, Nick, when do you want to do it? And he said, this is Harvey, mate. And I said, okay. And then, yeah, she just turned up, and that was a bit of a laugh, eh?
Yeah, we just
Had a few beers.
yeah, did the interview with her, and yeah, just told her a bit about the ramp. So Wayne rings me and says we want to have a meeting with the ODT. I'm in two minds about that. Yeah, Wayne, he just likes being in the limelight. Having his face in the paper, he was just stoked. Yo, Glenn. Cheers for coming.
How are you, brother? All right, doing all right?
Yeah.
I'll lift some platforms up.
Yeah, let's get it done, eh? Cheers, guys. Come on.
Mid-sheet was awesome. We had a really good turnout for mid-sheets. They just went on super quick. It was mint. Mid-sheets were a breeze.
We just put the sheet on and then we just shot it on with nails.
The mid-sheet. How can I sum this up in 3 words? Rough as guts.
Was Wayne there for mid-sheet? I think he might have. He showed up in the afternoon.
Oh no, was there? Yeah, remember that sheet fell on my head? It was a pretty long day.
Wayne, for turning up and doing more damage than he actually helps out, I'll give him 10 out of 10.
Hurry up, Jackson. We want it finished today.
As soon as we got the sheets on, we wanted to skate it.
Excellent work. Let's get it swept off and let's have a skate.
I crashed real hard skating that too.
Tongue bite.
Cool it down.
Oh, it goes all the way.
We needed to get a top sheet on there. Top sheet is pretty important. Makes or breaks a ramp, really.
The top sheet is hard to get because no one makes it in New Zealand.
Top sheet, top sheet, top sheet, top sheet.
We were freaking out when we first started investigating the top sheet. We got a quote which was on its own $40,000.
The project took a bit of a hold up because, of course, we needed to get the money, and then we needed to find out where we were going to get the product from, the top sheet. I just left it to Nick. Just turned up when they were here, eh?
We shopped around. We got a hold of this fella in Australia and talked to him. He ended up getting it shipped to us for a shitload less.
Woohoo! Oh yeah, the top sheet's here! Top sheet, top sheet, top sheet, top sheet.
The top sheet product we got has never been used by me. It's not used in construction really. I wasn't sure how it was going to cut, how it was going to flex, moulding it to the curve the ramp was going to be, you know, it was all an unknown.
We put 70 sheets down. There was probably near 100 holes in each sheet.
The building code requires a certain amount of screws per sheet of flooring for a house. And that's how I worked out how many screws we were going to need for screwing through the top sheet. 7,000 was the number I came up with. 7,000 screws, I think it was something like 98 screws per sheet.
I'm just glad it's done. Yeah. 7,000 fucking screws, mate.
Once they started going down, yeah, it was a piece of cake. It was a bit more work than what we thought, but we had a good kind of system.
Could you just hurry up a little bit up there, buddy? Pete, you got that good there, mate? Nice work, everyone.
It turned out awesome. A couple of screws in that thing.
Done yet, fellas?
Close, mate, close.
That's it.
I think I did a pretty bloody good job of it, to be honest. The ramp was finished. It was amazing. It was scary, but amazing.
The first day that everybody came and rode the ramp was epic.
Hi, I'm Zedin. I'm 11 years old.
How tall is the vert ramp compared to you?
Maybe 4 times my size. Probably bigger.
My name's Ramon. Well, my family called me Ramon Thackwell. Some people in the skate community call me Creemore. I have become involved because I'm one of the few people who rode the ramp back at the big day out in 2012. There were all these rumours of this massive ramp that was 14 feet tall and was 10 sheets wide and had a 19-foot high roll-in. So when we turned up, it was actually, I remember it being quite intimidating. I remember climbing up onto the platform, which was scaffolding at the time, and going to drop in on it and actually climbing back down. It was just so much bigger than anything that we had at the time. The difference between then and now is that now, instead of being in a stadium setting, we have this kind of stadium setting of mountains surrounding rather than, you know, seating. It's these beautiful mountains. It doesn't have its roll-in. It's coated in a faster top sheet, so it makes it actually much more usable. I have to acknowledge the whole community for been so cool. The inclusiveness of like, yeah man, come down and skate, it'd be great, and like, thanks for coming. You know, like, I'm actually really glad that it has been set up in Wanaka versus Auckland.
Seeing people turn up, even that they can't touch the coping, and they all have a smile on their face when they leave. They want to come back again the next day.
I'd actually like to thank Wayne for getting this whole ball rolling. When I first started this project, I had no idea that by the end I would have produced this little thing. The feedback was my favourite part about building the ramp, just seeing people light up about riding it. And seeing Zeden rip, man, that kid's a legend.
It takes a tremendous spirit to actually embark on and complete this project. It seems to me they were going into practically the unknown.
I'd do this again in a heartbeat because I love watching people's faces ride this thing.
I'd probably say that I could build many again, but the rest of the team I probably wouldn't bring with me, you know? It's mainly me that held the whole thing together.
Alphabetically? Yeah. Okay. A for awesome. B for the bestest time ever. C, Wayne's a cunt. D, Wayne's a dick. E, awesome. I, interesting. Does I go after, oh, okay, so I skipped a couple of letters. H, Hamish. G, gig counts. M, MNNOP, album that was played, band that was played a few times. Q, quest. S, smooth at times. T, troubling at times. U, universally studios. V, very difficult. X, extreme. And Z, fuck Wayne.
And if you need anything built around town, just give me a call. You know.